Hi everyone, it's Justine here from House of Mahalo. Thanks so much for joining me. So this is a bit of a bonus video, and I've got a few bonus videos this week. So basically the long story short is that I wanted to do Roxy's weekly challenge. Now for those of you who haven't heard of it, Roxy's weekly challenge is a weekly challenge, believe it or not, put on by Rachel from Roxy's Creations. She's a YouTuber, a very, very good one. Beautiful digitals that she makes, and she has some fab ideas and fab videos. Anyway, a couple of years ago, she had a weekly challenge, and I had heard about it too late. It was about 6 months in because I was very new to junk journals at the time. And yeah, these bonus videos are chatty, so just bear that in mind. Anyway, I was very new to it, so it was about 6 months in. So for me, I felt like it was too late to join in with the challenge. So I said to myself, if she puts it on next year, which was 2022, then I would start it from the beginning in January and do it the whole right way through the year. 2022 came, and Rachel decided she wasn't going to do the weekly challenge. I think she did something else instead. It was like I think she did a 100-day challenge instead. And so the whole idea of the challenge kind of went out of my head, because I wasn't going to do 100 days of crafting, because that's a bit much for me, you know, one day after the other kind of thing. Anyway, so I put it out of my head, and then this year started, and she started up the weekly challenge again from January this year. Now, I was in a place in January where I was a bit unsure where I was going project-wise. I was a bit unsure about a lot of things, to be honest. And so I didn't feel like I was going to be able to do a challenge, and especially not, you know, on a weekly basis. So I didn't bother taking part, and I was quite busy with things anyway. So I left it as that. Since then, every time I've seen one of the challenge videos, I've thought, oh, I really want to make that. Oh, that looks like a good idea. Oh, I really want to try that. And it got to a few days ago, so actually just last week, when I thought to myself, you know what, all right, it's May, I'm just going to start the weekly challenge. And so I spent a couple of days all for myself, just catching up with the challenge. And I made a whole heap of things because I think we're up to week 21. And yeah, I had a lot of catching up to do. So basically, these bonus videos that I'm putting out this week is to show you what I've made for the challenge, so that, you know, if you've never heard of the challenge before, it might give you a nudge to go check out her playlist, which I will link down below so you can see the challenge videos so far. B, it might give you just some ideas from just seeing the things that I've made, and C, I like to share and I like to show you what I've made. So I just want to. So yeah, basically today in this video I'm going to show you weeks 1 to 5 of what I've made, and then peppered throughout the week will be you know, weeks 6 to 10, and then I think I've done 11 to 19 as like a third video is what I'm going to do. So anyway, that's enough of my chatting, let's get showing. Okay, so here we go. Right, so we've got week 1. So this is this one. Now, I haven't decorated mine because I'm actually going to do this in the scraps challenge that we're doing in June, which we're going to do together. But I really like this idea, and I want to show you how it works. If I could find something to act as a journal page. Here we go. Okay, so you've got your massive journal page in this case. It doesn't need to be this big. And what we've got here is essentially a book page pocket, which is going to go over your page. So here's how it works. It's folded over, so we're going to tuck that around. Actually, we'll tuck it the other side. So you've got a pocket in the front here, and we would glue this on, I think we would glue it on 2 sides. So you'd have a pocket in the front and also a pocket in the back there. And then you would turn your page in the journal. How gorgeous is that wrapping paper? Wallpaper, sorry. And then again, this would be glued on 2 sides as well. And you would have another pocket here and another pocket there. Isn't that cool? And it was all from just one book page. In my case, I was using thin dictionary paste, so I actually doubled mine up. So it's 2 book pages glued together. So it's nice and sturdy and strong. which is great. You know, but it's such a cute little pocket. So I made a few of the bases. So here's how those look with the dictionary page. So I made those. So as I say, I will get these out again in the scraps challenge for us to decorate together. And then I also thought, well, would it work with music sheet? And of course it does. So these came out a lot bigger. So again, same sort of thing. It goes over the page like so. And then again, we've got this nice big pocket here. And then it's a much taller pocket with the music sheet, just because it's a bigger piece of paper that you're starting with. So then you have that as a pocket, and then the same on that side. And then even bigger still, because this was like a full-sized music sheet, is this one. So again, that would like be a very long tag. And that one is about 8 inches tall. So it's, you know, exactly the size of what my pages will be in my journal. And then again, on that side. So that, I've never made one of these book page pockets before. Super, super easy. As I say, I will link the playlist, the challenge playlist, so you can go and see how it's done. But essentially it's really simple, where all it is if you take your book page landscape, you fold over a bit at the top to act as your reinforcement. You fold over a little bit at the bottom for reinforcement of this little pocket, turn that up, add a couple of divots, fold it in half, and there you go. It's really, really, really simple. And so yeah, anyway, we're going to have fun decorating those together. So that was week 1. Week 2, I also loved using yet more book pages. So here's how it looks as a base. Very, very simple. In this case, it was, again, thin book pages I've used. So I glued 2 sheets together with the bottom folded up and glued down here to give you a pocket here, and then the whole thing can be a pocket or a tuck. So that's how it looks as the base. Very, very simple to do. And what was different about this for the challenge was Rachel's idea was to put flowers on the pocket base so that they almost have like a 3D look. So if I grab something to put in the pocket, so let's just grab this thingy. So if you have your little tag in your pocket, can you see that the book page, the flower is like coming off of the book page? Can you see that? Oh, there we go. Is that better? So that is really cool, and it looks really nice. So this is how I decorated this one. Very simply, I just used a couple of scraps on the base of the pocket with, in this case, a yellow flower, a label, a sticker butterfly, and this trim at the top is a sticker as well. And then I really liked the text of the book page, so I just left that. And I think that looks really pretty, very spring-like. And then this one is inspired by blue. So again, just a couple of scraps on the pocket, the flower, a label, and that sticker at the top. And again, most of the book page just left. So yeah, I really like them. And as I say, see if I can find something a bit more neutral. I don't know. There you go. And then you can see that the flower just always decorates whatever you've got in the pocket, which I think is a really nice touch. I've never thought to do that. So that's that one. So that was week 2. I hope you're enjoying seeing these, by the way. I'm enjoying showing them to you. Okay, and then week 3 was tall, narrow envelopes. So I made mine with some really beautiful book pages, very tall, big book pages that have all of these botanicals on them. I think I've shown the video as a flip through. So I picked a couple of the purple pages because I'm actually going to be doing a tall and skinny purple journal much later in the year. So I thought maybe I could use these in that. So here's what it is. It's basically just your own envelope. So you can see the back of the envelope on the back. And there's lots of ways that you could make these. I decided that I was going to have them just clipped to the side of my page because I like, you know, I want to see that book page all the way around. So that's how I'm going to use mine, but obviously you could do lots of different things. So very simply just a label on the front. That's all I did to decorate that. And then on the back I used another label which is keeping my flap closed. So essentially the label is like half glued on so that my envelope flap can just tuck inside there. And then the week was also to make the tags to go inside the envelopes. So for mine, this is this one, the narrow wrist one. I used one of my collage masterboards that was just sitting there, and then I just put a label in the background, a flower, a butterfly and another label, and then I've just put this little leaf charm on the tab just to give it a little bit of something extra and different from what I would normally do. And then this one is very similar, it's just slightly wider, I don't know why, just came out that way. And then again I've used some of my collage masterboard, just plain text and music sheet with a little bit of spritzing in the background, nothing fancy. And then the same sort of thing, you know, a number, like a frame thing to frame part of the flower, a little butterfly and the tab and charm. So that is those. So that was week 3, tall, narrow envelopes, and then we made the tags to go inside as well. So that was a fun one. To be fair, all of these were fun. And the real reason that I wanted to do this challenge is I wanted to learn new things and try new things. And I feel like these challenges are a really good way of, you know, encouraging you to do that. Obviously, it's a different thing each week, so you never know what's going to come up. And it's also a great way to get supplies used up that you've probably either never used or been ignoring or forgotten about. All the rest of it, like, it gets you thinking. So, and on top of that, I mean, you should see this pile of ephemera that I've got after just a few days of just doing all of the weeks, you know. Okay, so week 4 is called Flip Floating Hinged Pockets. A bit of a mouthful, but I really like this one. So I made up, you can tell I really liked it because I made up 4 decorated ones, which I'll show you, and I've also got 3 bases, which I'm going to put to one side one day to do as, well, yeah, just bases. But I'll show you the decorated ones. So again, I'm going to need a journal page. So I have to try and remember how this works. I'm hoping I remember. So essentially what you've got is you've got a hinge. This is this part. And that is what gets glued onto your one of your pages. So if I glue it there, just as an example, and I could glue that top and bottom and probably down that side, and that could be a little side tuck. So that's on one side. On the other side of the journal page, you have this is your back of your pocket essentially. This flips out, and what you get is this little pocket in here. So again, I just need to grab something. Can you see that? We've got a little pocket that flips out. And you could do more with this. You know, you could add extra pockets and, well, yeah, you could add a pocket there and there if you wanted to. So that's kind of how that works. So I'll show you some more that I made. I actually don't think I decorated that one fully, but that's okay. So this is another one. I used botanical paper because I really liked it, and it was in my stash, and it's a good way, because you have to fold the pocket in, again, you know, check the videos to see how, because you have to fold the pocket in, it's really good for one-sided paper. So this had a really nice botanical print on it, but then on the other side was just plain white, and you can't see any of the plain white, so it's really, really great for papers like that as well. Anyway, so yeah, very simply butterfly and a label, and I have added music sheet down the spine of these two, simply because this paper was starting to crack, so I was worried about the longevity of it. So that's just strengthened that up, but it's also given it a bit of decoration. So there's that. So again, we flip out and we've got our tall, in this case very tall pocket with just a label. And then on the other side of the journal page, again, you can have this stuck down on 3 sides for a side tuck. How fab is that? And so that's how I decorated that one. Again, very simply, just with the music sheet and labels. So that's those 2. And then I also used that same book page from earlier. So again, it doesn't need much. A label. And then flips out. I've got another label there, a nice big pocket. and then that's how that looks on the other side. I didn't add any labels to this one, and I didn't add the music sheet because it didn't need it. This paper was, you know, strong enough, it wasn't cracking or anything. But then that can be my side tuck on the other side of the page. And then again, I've got this one, which goes on this side. I tried to do my flaps on different sides. So that's that one, again, just with a very simple label. Those book pages are gorgeous, they don't need anything. This one instead flips out this way, so I've got a label and my nice tool pocket in there. And then if you turn your page, this is the nice side edge. Hi, I'm back. So sorry about that. My tripod just completely fell down. Oh, I've never been so scared in my life. No, I have, but gosh, that made me jump. I hope I can cut that out of the video because it would have made a massively loud noise. Yeah, what I was saying was, I'm sure these things have been done before, and I'm sure, you know, some of you probably have even done them. I have never. These are entirely new ideas to me, all thanks to the challenge that I've now, you know, been giving these things a go. So that was week 4. As I say, she was calling them, was it? Flip floating hinged pockets. That really is a mouthful. Okay, and then week 5, and that will be the last makes that I'll show you in this video. I'll come back in a couple of days and show you weeks 6 to 10. So week 5 was collaged stamped tags. And this one, I was actually really, really surprised at how they came out. So let me tell you what this is. Well, you can see what they are, they're tags. But what you started with was, for the challenge, it was to make a masterboard using just your plain papers. So, you know, ends of book pages, backs of, you know, bits of tea dye, whatever you've got that's plain. You put that as your base, and then occasionally in places you put book page. So, you know, music sheet, book page, pieces like that. Now, and then from there, you cut down them into tall and skinny tags. And then the challenge was to stamp your focal point. That was it. So, you know, you could do anything you liked. Now, this one surprised me in a few different ways. Sorry, I've just got the sniffles. So first off, I actually had a masterboard that had blank papers on it that I made about 2 years ago, and I didn't know what to do with. So straight away, I already had the masterboard. I just added a little bit of book page in places, and I added this, can you see this graph paper? That check. That actually came from the inside of a junk mail envelope. It was in my scrapbook, so I just put that in places. And I don't normally use my stamps. Now, in Rachel's video, she had amazing stamps, to be honest, very tall ones. So she was able to have a nice big image in the middle. I've only got little stamps, but I was actually really, really, really happy with how these turned out. So they were so simple. So let me give you a close-up. So we'll start with this one. So as you can see, we've got all of the, I'll try and hold it steady. We've got the masterboard. So that was straight away that. I did a mushroom stamp in the middle. I added a butterfly and a label. And then just for good measure, I did some like script type of stamping, which really actually added a lot to them that I was surprised by. And I did some tea dye stenciling. And I think I did some flourish stenciling on these two, but I did tea dye stenciling, so that's what that is. And then I just added, I've got a die that makes these little like tab topper things. So I did that, and then added the eyelet and some seam binding. And the back is just tea dyed paper. And then of course I've sewn around it. But I was actually really surprised. When I first was doing them, I was unsure how they were going to come out. But I'm really happy with them. So this one I tried green stamping. So I've got some green trees, a label, and so I've got some pine cones and another label. And again, I did the script stamping and the tea dye stenciling. This one I decided to do different leaf stamps all over. So there's not really one focal point apart from maybe the label actually. But then we've got all different colours. So I've got 2 different greens and my espresso brown. and I was very happy with that as well. Never done that kind of thing before. And then I've got another mushroom one. I really liked this one, came out very good. And again, this has got the script stamping in a couple of places and a couple of labels. And this one has a flourish stamp with stencil, which I just did over some of the more plainer bits behind the mushroom. And then this one, I did the mushroom up at the top because I didn't want to do it over the book page. Added a label. This stamp didn't come out well. This was the first one I did, where I'll actually get rid of these stamps. They were supposed to be like postal markings, but they're not very good stamps, I don't think. So, you know, this one was very, very good. So yeah, I'll use those from now on. But it's okay. It looks fine. And then I did some flourish stenciling over the plain bit as well. Again, just tea-dyed paper. What do you think? I was really happy with them. I think they look great. And again, it was like, you know, completely your own design. You know, you've got your stamps and just, yeah, have fun with it basically. So that was week 5. So that's all I'm going to show you today. I appreciate that these videos will be a lot of talking and a lot of showing and a lot of stuff. But I just hope that, you know, from it you'll be able to, maybe it will make you watch Rachel's videos, because honestly the videos for the challenge are brilliant. She's got such great ideas. And these are things that I never would have thought to have made. And I've really enjoyed just trying things out, testing myself and learning new things. And that's what these challenges are all about, isn't it? So, keep you in frame. So yeah, so that was weeks 1 to 5. As you can see, this is just a few of the things I made. Made loads. And I'm looking forward to coming back in a couple of days and showing you the next few weeks of the challenge. The reason I did it off screen was because obviously I had something like 20 weeks to catch up on, and I wanted to be able to do it. And the plan is for weeks from week 20, I'm actually going to be doing the challenge on video each week as part of my, you know, the videos that I normally put out. So I just wanted to catch up basically, and I felt like this was a great way for me to just sit down and do a whole load, and then just come back and show you the results, and then we can do the challenge properly from week 20 together. And it might be a weird way of doing it, and I appreciate that. Some of you, you know, will be thinking, what on earth is she on about? But really, I mean, I've wanted to do this challenge, and I just needed that, I needed that nudge to just go for it, to have the confidence to try. And I felt that last week. So I then thought, you know what, I'm just going to go with that feeling. And I'm glad because, as I say, I'm learning a lot of new things, and I'm excited to do these videos with you, you know, starting later this week / next week. I think Rachel's videos come out on a Friday. So I'm not trying for any set day to have my challenge videos go out, but it will basically be after that. So I'm thinking maybe Wednesdays I might do them, just because it gives me a bit of time to, you know, watch her video, learn what I have to do, and then come back and do it with you. But anyway, as I say, I just wanted to catch up, and I still wanted to show you the things because I was really happy with so many of these items, and I just I wanted to share, and I wanted to inspire and to share pretty things. So as I say, I will link Rachel's playlist down below in case you've not come across her challenge or her videos. So do go and have a look, especially if I've shown you something today where you think, yes, I'd like to learn how to do that. Rachel's videos are there. I will be back in a couple of days to share you weeks 6 to 10 that I've made. And this will be peppered in between my usual videos. So expect to hear from me a lot this week. And what was I going to say? And then, yeah, as I say, from next week, we'll be doing the challenge actually in real time together week on week. So I hope that you will enjoy it. I'd love to know what you think of these pieces that I've made. I'd love to know what you think in general about my plans for the challenge and anything that I've said or whatnot. And I look forward to speaking to you soon. Thanks so much then, everyone. Bye-bye for now.